Hi there, and welcome. There's one technique that really separates the pros from the beginners when it comes to AI, and it's all about making your AI think twice, forcing it to actually double-check its own work.
So, let me ask you a question. Have you ever gotten an answer from an AI and thought, man, that was fast, but also kind of shallow? Like it just spat out the first thing that came to its digital mind without any real thought behind it? Well, let me tell you, you are not imagining it.
All right, let's dig in, because there's actually a name for this problem, and honestly, understanding it is the absolute key to getting much, much better results from your AI. It all comes down to what's known as the first draft problem. Yeah, so the fancy term for this is single pass generation, and it means exactly what it sounds like. The AI creates its response in one continuous stream, just start to finish, no stops. It's literally the AI's first draft. And just like our first drafts, it's often kind of messy, lacks real depth, and is probably filled with ideas it never really stopped to question. I mean, think about it like this, right? On one hand, you have that first draft thinking. It's fast, it's instinctive, but it's really just scratching the surface. What we want is what's on the other side, critical thinking, deliberate, reviewed, in-depth. You get the idea. So the whole game for us is figuring out how to push the AI from that first column over to the second. So, how do we actually do that? Well, the secret here isn't just telling the AI, hey, try harder or be more careful next time. That just doesn't work. No, it's about completely changing how you ask. It's about building self-correction right into the DNA of your request. That's it right there. The goal is to make the AI literally attack its own work. I mean, the best prompters out there, they build these systems that force the AI to move beyond that easy first pass answer. You basically want the AI to become its own harshest critic, to go looking for the flaws in its own reasoning. And this is the absolute core idea. You're not just crossing your fingers and hoping for a better answer. No, you are fundamentally restructuring the entire generation process to make self-critique a mandatory step. It's not a nice to have anymore, it's a must-do before you even see the final result. So all of this theory actually builds up to a really powerful practical technique. It's called chain of verification. Let's break down how you can put this into action like right now. Okay, check this out. It's a brilliant four-step process. First, you make your initial request. Simple enough, right? Analyze this and tell me what's important. But then, and this is the magic move, in step 2, you immediately tell it, now tell me 3 ways you might be wrong. You force it to find its own potential flaws. Step 3, you make it prove it. Go back to the text and find the exact words that either confirm or deny your concerns. And finally, step 4, you tell it to revise its original answer based on everything it just found. See that? You've just built a complete verification loop right into one single prompt. This is just a completely different way of working with an AI, isn't it? It's not a one-shot command. It's a structured conversation. You're not just asking for an answer, you're guiding the AI through an actual process of critical thought. And the result? It's always going to be a stronger, more reliable answer. All right, so this brings us to the payoff. This is what we were building up to. Why does this structured approach work so much better? I mean, what's actually going on under the hood of the AI when you prompt it this way? Well, here's the crucial thing to understand. This technique doesn't give the AI new skills. It just unlocks capabilities it already has but wouldn't use on its own. See, these models were trained on just a mind-boggling amount of data. And that data includes edits, critiques, arguments, and verifications. Your structured prompt basically forces the AI to dig deeper and activate those more advanced patterns it learned during its training. And that is how you get past the first draft problem we talked about at the very beginning. You're no longer just accepting that quick, easy, single-pass answer. No, you are now an engineer. You're designing a process to get a refined, critically examined, and frankly, way more trustworthy final answer. So the question I'll leave you with is this. What problems are you going to solve now that you know how to demand a second look? Think about it. The complex analyses, the nuanced summaries, the creative breakthroughs you can unlock just by making the AI think twice. It's a total game changer. By building self-critique right into your process, you're going to get answers you can actually rely on. See ya.